Jesus Christ.
A tragic scene in Florida, all caught on camera, after an alleged drunk driver crashes into a bus of migrant workers, killing 8 people and injuring dozens more.
Bus left the south side of the roadway, rolled over. There's probably still at least 10 to 12, if not more, people still trapped inside.
The man behind the wheel now faces some serious charges.
You're charged with 8 counts of DUI manslaughter.
And it seems the charges are going to stick. This is a law and crime legal alert. Google Incognito tracked users' browsing data without their knowledge. Mass Tort Alliance, one of our legal sponsors, is helping users file for compensation due to Google users' privacy issues through their Incognito browser. If you've used Google Incognito anytime since 2016, you can start your claim in less than 10 questions at incognitoclaims.com/LCBodyCam. The crash happened just a few weeks ago on May 14th in Dunellen, Florida, about an hour and a half north of Tampa. Officials say this man, 41-year-old Brian McLean Howard, was driving along State Road 40 when his pickup truck sideswiped a bus. Inside that bus, more than 50 farm workers from Mexico. Dash camera video shows first responders with the Marion County Sheriff's Office rush to the scene.
Why is traffic backed up?
You can hear the shock in the deputy's voice as he approaches the scene.
Jesus Christ.
During the collision, the bus was pushed from the road and crashed through a fence and into a tree before it flipped over. As video shows, emergency responders spring into action when they arrive on the scene.
Go ahead.
9500 block, West Highway 40, North 1028, 23 Delta.
In all, there were 53 people aboard the bus at the time of the crash. More than 30 were taken to the hospital and several had critical injuries. In all, 8 people were killed in the crash. Body camera video shows the shocking scene as emergency responders approach the overturned bus. Just a note, we added the blurs on your screen to cover up some of the graphic images of those who were injured in the crash.
Additional vehicles as of right now. We have 53 patients, 13 critical.
Right away, first responders note that several people are still stuck inside the bus.
6567, reference those 13 critical. They're still going to be stuck inside the bus.
You know what?
We need to get this roadway shut down.
Yeah.
Deputies can be heard discussing the traffic in the area, saying it needs to be shut down so emergency vehicles can get to the scene.
All right, we need traffic units out here. We need 40 shut down in both directions. They're going to need to get multiple EMS vehicles in here.
Where I've got several SO as well as traffic units. There are multiple fire rescue that are headed your way as well.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
The same moments are also caught on dash camera video.
What's the 1043 on that signal for?
10-4, it's going to be a work bus rollover with 2 additional vehicles. As of right now, they have 53 patients, 13 critical.
47 room, clear room, 51 to
10-4.
6567, reference those 13 critical. They're still going to be stuck inside the bus.
10-4.
6 and 14, I'm clear and also 51.
10-4.
6567.
Go ahead.
All right, we need traffic units out here. We need 40 shut down in both directions. They're going to need to get multiple EMS vehicles in here.
That's 10-4. I've got several SO as well as traffic units. There are multiple fire rescue that are headed your way as well.
10-4, thank you.
10-4.
Throughout all this, first responders work to clear the scene.
Hearing to all units on the signal 4 on Highway 40, switch over to TAC 1. All units on Marion and TAC 2. Marion TAC 1.
Quickly, the excess traffic in the area becomes a problem.
Turn around! Turn around, go that way. Jesus Christ. Stop these damn cars. Go that way. Turn around.
Action, you told the rain. Traffic inside of here. Put out down Squad Road. I'm heading back to the east side of Squad Road.
10-4.
Police up front. I'll be the east side of
Turn around. Get out of here. Turn around. Go that way. Hey, can you block off this end just until we get a marked unit here?
He just took off. He's way there back there.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so he's got that. I want
Those
to
two
get this
cars,
ambulance
those two
back
cars
here.
gotta get out of here.
Yep.
Meanwhile, other emergency responders communicate over the radio, calling for backup.
Bus left the south side of the roadway, rolled over. There's probably still at least 10 to 12, if not more, people still trapped inside. By EMS, they're going to need multiple units here.
That's 10-4. They have several on the way.
Eventually, an ambulance arrives at the crash site. You can see the first responder prepping his emergency gear and a gurney before heading toward the overturned bus.
Mike 50, you told the rain.
Mike 5212.
Show me 1086. I'm out of this signal 4. FHP wants to go ahead and close the road, so I'm going to move west on 40 and close the road down.
10-4. Hearing to all units on the signal 4 on Highway 40, switch over to TAC 1. All units on the signal 4 Highway 40, switch over to TAC 1.
6 o'clock, this Mike 50.
Foxtrot 7039, Marion 10-8. 6569.
10-4. It's me to 21,900 block, North 441. Port tag Zulu 22 Alpha Romeo Golf, black Chevy pickup.
10-4.
You're on the 12 Marine 1086.
10-4.
All this happened starting at about 6:30 in the morning on Tuesday, May 14th. The next day, on May 15th, Brian McLean Howard made his first appearance in Marion County Court.
All right, good morning, sir. Can you state your name, please?
Brian Howard.
You can see the other inmates in the video wearing the traditional orange and white stripes, but Howard is in a green smock, sometimes called a turtle suit. It's used to denote that the inmate is on suicide watch and is wearing an outfit that cannot be torn and used for harm.
Yes, ma'am.
You're down here. It's good for now.
Once at the podium, a judge reads Howard his charges. He only shrugs in response.
All right, Mr. Howard, you before the court, you're charged with 8 counts of DUI manslaughter.
Howard soon tells the judge he hopes to be represented by a public defender.
I have a copy of an application in regards to representation, but sir, it's not filled out at all. It indicates actually that you refuse to sign it. Is it your intention to represent yourself? You want me to consider appointing an attorney for you, or you plan on hiring private counsel?
A public defender.
Are you employed, sir?
Self-employed.
And where are you self-employed? What business are you running?
BHM Maintenance. It's called
Say that again?
It's called BHM Maintenance. I paint and drywall.
And how long have you been self-employed, sir?
For about 7-8 months.
And how much do you make on average per month?
$1,200.
Do you have any dependents that you're supporting out of that?
No. No, ma'am.
Do you have any other assets that you own?
No, ma'am, not at the time.
And do you have any money in the bank?
Yes, ma'am.
And how much do you have?
$700.
All right, based on the information that you have provided to me, this court does find that you qualify for the services of the Public Defender's Office. I will appoint the law officer Michael A. Graves to represent you, sir.
Okay, thank you.
At this point, Howard thinks his appearance is over and starts to walk away, but the judge calls him back because there's more to discuss.
This court has already read through the probable cause for, yeah, you're not done.
Sorry.
That's okay. This court has already read through the probable cause affidavit. I do find that there is probable cause for your arrest on all 8 counts.
The judge then turns it over to prosecutors who lay out Howard's lengthy list of priors when discussing bond. Some of his previous convictions include multiple counts of leaving the scene of an accident, driving with a suspended license, and possession of cannabis.
State priors.
Yes, Your Honor. The defendant has conviction for leaving the scene of an accident with property damage in 2019, 2 convictions for driving while license suspended, canceled, or revoked, second offense in 2018, grand theft in 2013, driving while license suspended, conviction in 2013, possession of cannabis, conviction in 2009, leaving the scene of an accident in 2006. And Your Honor, the state would argue and ask for no bond on these charges, given his history of driving.
The state also touches on the number of victims, saying more charges could be added.
Additionally, there were 33 passengers taken to the hospital, so there may be charges of further injuries for those passengers. And the defendant admitted to law enforcement that he was in the crash 3 days prior to this. It's clear that he drives with a suspended license, and so to guarantee that he's not operating a motor vehicle, we would ask for that off.
The other side continues, saying there's no reason to believe Howard would disobey any court-ordered instructions.
He's been appointed to the public defender's office. Any response, ma'am?
Your Honor, there's no indication from the history. She decided that he has failed to appear in the court. There's no history showing that he cannot abide by any instructions that the court would give him not to operate a motor vehicle while he is, if he does obtain bond, Your Honor. I ask that he be given the bond schedule for these charges.
But soon, the judge lays down the law.
All right, Mr. Howard, given the nature of the charges and given the possibility of further pending charges, right now, this court is going to hold you on a no bond on all 8 counts, sir.
The court then orders Howard to avoid driving, drinking, or using any drugs.
The state pointed out that you were in an automobile accident at least 3 days prior to this accident. You are not allowed to operate a motor vehicle while this case is pending, sir. And you are not allowed to consume or possess any alcoholic beverages, any controlled substances, or any take any kind of prescription drugs without a prescription.
Since Howard's initial appearance, he's been charged with 11 additional counts of DUI with serious bodily injury. He's still being held without bond. Reporting for Law and Crime, I'm Sierra Gillespie.